Hey, Pound Cake family, welcome back to another episode of Whoop It Like Butter. Of course, it's your girl Ashley, and we are back again with yet another pound cake recipe. This week, we made honey bun pound cake, y'all. I've been wanting to try this for a while because I'm like, gosh, a honey bun and a pound cake version, like, can we really pull it off? I think we pulled it off. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So, I'm gonna show y'all how to whip it like butter. All right, let's go. All right, so we're going to start by putting together our brown sugar mixture. So we already have light brown sugar and cinnamon in this bowl. We're adding our butter. Then I was like, hey, yeah, this bowl is too small. I need more room. So I switched to a bigger bowl, okay? And then we're pressing the ingredients together, getting it nice and combined. And we're also going to add our honey into this mixture. Yeah, right here, get all that in there. We'll mix it together and then we're just going to set that to the side while we're preparing our pound cake batter. So get it nice and pressed down as much as you can before you set it to the side. All right. And then to prepare our batter, we're adding our butter, of course. All right. So of course I took a little bit of butter from what I would do with the batter. So I'm only using 2.5 sticks in the batter, and the other half stick went into the brown sugar mixture. Okay. All the ingredients and everything will be in the description box below. Added our granulated sugar, and then we're giving that a good mix until it's all nice, light, and fluffy, right? 2 to 5 minutes or so. It's more of a look than a time. Then we're adding our vanilla extract right here into this batter. And then also our room temperature eggs, one at a time, mixing well after each addition. Y'all know how we do. And if you're new to this and you're a beginner, I have a beginner's video as well that you can also check out for a butter vanilla pound cake. All right, so we're going to add our flour in here and we're going to alternate it with our buttermilk. Our buttermilk is also at room temperature, so we're going to add a little flour, we're going to add a little buttermilk, add a little flour, add a little buttermilk. But most importantly, we're going to what? Start with the flour and we're going to end with the flour. Okay, y'all, I did not sift my flour. You may want to sift your flour if you don't buy pre-sifted, but I buy pre-sifted flour and I no longer do any sifting, honey. All right, so we're gonna stop, right? Because I mixed the remaining by hand to get the edges all nice and combined. You may have a blade that has a scraper on the side, and you may not have to do this, but in my case, I do. And y'all, I'm so excited to use my grandmother's mixer that she gifted to me. It worked out really great for this cake. Okay, we're gonna do what? We're gonna spray the hell out of this bump pan, all right, with our Baker's Joy. Tilt that pan to the side and get a nice even spray, but mostly spray the hell out of it and only spray it right before you're getting ready to add your batter. Very important because spray um, gravitates towards the bottom of the pan as it's sitting. So you want to do that. Make sure you do that so your cake doesn't stick. So we add a little batter and we're going to spread it a little bit. And guess what? We're going to add some of that brown sugar mixture right on top of that thing right there. So just broke it up a little bit before just dolloping it onto the pound cake batter. And then we're going to swirl it in there. All right. Just like so. Doesn't have to be any form or fashion. You just kind of want to spread it around as even as you can get it so it's all throughout the batter. And then we're just going in. I'm going to come on with a knife after I've evened it out the way I wanted it to. And just going to swirl it like, and you can do kind of like an S pattern. I kind of do a little bit of both. You see how I'm kind of, it was real quick, but my technique is different. You can do like circles, just something like that. All right, then we're going to lay that remaining batter on top. And then I want to smooth it and swirl it a little bit. I was like, oh, don't want to smooth, don't want to swirl. You know, I try to follow a technique, but I also bake intuitively. I think it's very important just to go with your intuition when you're baking as well. If you're new, of course, you definitely want to follow a recipe, but certain things like this, you know, you can possibly just do intuitively. So we're going to swirl that a little bit too. And since I swirled it, I was worried since I didn't smooth the top. I went ahead and tapped it at the end, okay? And so my oven is preheated. I use an oven thermometer to make sure that my temperature is right because when that oven goes off and says it's at 325, it is not. It's at 300. So I use an oven thermometer, place that in the oven and bake it for about an hour and 15 minutes. And then here we have our cake. We're going to flip that thing and we're going to let it cool for 20 minutes before flipping it out of that pan. Okay? And look at that. nice and brown. And then we're gonna let that continue to cool, but we're gonna go ahead and make our icing in this video. But you wanna let your cake cool because this type of icing is really flowy. So it's just gonna fall off your cake if it's too hot. So we have our salt that we added. Salt was really key to this recipe. Vanilla, melted butter. You can use softened butter. My butter was straight out of the refrigerator, so I went ahead and melted it all the way. And then we have our brown sugar, our powdered sugar that was already in that bowl. We're going to start mixing it while we slowly add in our milk. You know, I always say add in your milk a little bit at a time because you can add to, but you can't take away to get it to the consistency that you want. And then, of course, we're going to put some more honey in there, y'all, because this is a honey bun pound cake, all right? So use your favorite honey. Okay, and I'm scraping down the sides a little bit, and then I start to dust that with a little cinnamon. A little cinnamon gave that a little kick too, you know? All right, and so it didn't need to mix too much because it was pretty much done. And ooh, look at that! And you see what I mean? How it's just like really flowy. This icing is not just gonna sit up on top of your cake. So wanted to make sure that the cake was nice and all the way at room temperature before I added the icing. You add in whatever fashion that you want. I still want it to show the cake and not be completely submerged in icing. All right, and we're gonna cut that thing and see. I can see this beautiful slice, that nice crumb. I was very happy with the way this cake came out. And y'all, it looks a little bit different than my regular crumb, but y'all, it is giving everything, all right? The cake is perfect. I can't wait for y'all to try this recipe. So let's go ahead and get into the taste test, okay? Okay, I'm ready, y'all. I got my slice of cake. But first, I need a little bit more icing. I already know. So I'm gonna put a little bit on the side. Because it's a honey bun pound cake, so you know you need that thing sopped up, like Danny Rose says. Some stovetop kisses. I love it when she says that. I don't even know which. Okay, let's start here. I'm all over the place. Let's start here. Because I'm really anxious to, yeah. Y'all. Honey. Let me go ahead and get some of that icing. Yeah, that was delicious. Bomb, y'all. Some of y'all may be too young to remember people saying stuff is a bomb, but y'all, it's definitely great. That salt and that icing, really, really set this cake off. Okay, one more bite. One more bite for real. I wouldn't change nothing. We got a little pound cake keratin right here. I was worried about it at first. The cake is still together. It hadn't fallen apart. It hadn't done none of that. Y'all, I'm leaving this cake definitely amazing, y'all. I can't wait for y'all to try this. So as always, don't be stingy. Make sure that you share, like, subscribe if you haven't already, and of course join us back for more over here at Whip It Like Butter. Don't forget to get your merch, and also if you want to join us in my Facebook group, Black People's Pound Cakes, everybody is welcome to join. Please join me over there. All right, bye.